regret the fact that I'm at the fields and I'm repping instead of mentoring, because it's more important to get the games covered. However, long term, it's best for us to spend some time with you and give you some feedback about your performance. So I think all of us that are serving as mentors regret the fact that we can't spend more time talking with your field. Also, I like to do is appreciate those who have stepped up and taken extra games on weekends. We really appreciate that. And the coaches who don't even know the fact they're getting coverage of games that are uncovered. It's also something that unspoken thanks from them as well. A couple of comments. I think this year, generally the coaches have been better in their treatment of the referees than what I've seen in past seasons. I know we all occasionally have that one coach that his brain is from a leak or something like that and figures that it mixed up a second grade game with a World Cup final. But, you know, please be patient with them. Speak with them as calmly as possible. Try not to lose their cool. But don't do what I did yesterday and take your keys instead of simply sending them off. I had one yesterday, I should have said enough's enough, go. I don't know if there's any coach that gives you a problem, drop an email to Mike, Brad, and Keith, give them the name, the team name, and get the coach's name, that's great. If you get complaints about your performance, please don't hesitate to give them Mike Crank. Write your name really big and legibly on the sheet that you hand back to them, so you're making very clear you're not intimidated by somebody filing a complaint against you, and inform them they can call Mike Kramer. Okay? And some of them may be in touch with you depending upon how valid the complaint might be. But what I've done in the past is when complaints have been filed against me, they usually tell you you're going to complain, but then, I don't know, a small percentage actually does write a complaint. Not very many. But when they basically don't sound intimidated or scared by it, you shouldn't be any way you can talk to me about it. I've had complaints relayed to me, that's fine. Let's use an opportunity to learn something I didn't know before, or sometimes I get the call that don't worry about it, you know the coach, thank you very much, bye. That's good. So please, you know, don't let them intimidate you by telling you they're going to complain about your performance. You know, there's a reason why opera stars who suck don't come down to the crowd after the performance. They're the out the back door. They've got the lecture done. Last suggestion is, I've seen this happen sometimes. When you put your stuff down at the edge of the field, do not put your stuff down at the edge of the field where parents or coaches are going to walk by your stuff when they leave the field. Pick a neutral corner like a boxer does. Put your stuff where they have to actually go out of the way to come talk to you. Because if they're going to walk by you, more than likely to talk to you. So be strategic in where you decide to ask.
If I could just add to that, about the filing a complaint, you guys don't need to get your head, you know, you guys don't need to worry about that, okay? If they say you're going to file a complaint, okay, that just goes to Mike, and we're not going to change anything about you guys, based on that complaint, okay? We're not going to take you off any games or anything because of it. To be honest, it's probably the team that lost that's filing the complaint, and they're not happy that you didn't kick the ball in the goal for them. So, you know, not much you can do about that.
Again, just to tag along, I'm Sarah. If you're getting yelled at and all that, you know, when people stand behind you, the coaches shouldn't be all up in your face to the point where it's just ridiculous. I mean, there is a difference between constructive criticism and just going off on you. But, you know, Mike Kramer and all of us will be running back. So don't worry about it. We all go
a lot of times parents, not necessarily the coaches that are driving, but the parents who say, oh, they all know all the rules, right? And one thing you do, if you don't want to talk to the parent, you can talk to the coach. Say, coach, you got a parent over there, stuff getting tossed. I had a parent a couple weeks ago, didn't like a free kick after the girl got elbow taken down and injured. And he was mounted on, and I told him, zip it, you know, and 2 minutes later, one of their players got taken down, called fouls in the middle of the field. He goes, don't we get a PK out of that? And I said, I just yelled across, that's 2, one more you're out of here, you know. And never heard from him again. And then after the game, I told the coach, coach almost lost a parent or whatever, and the coach, his words were, oh, that guy, toss him. I mean, he's had trouble with him before. He doesn't like him either. So, you know, if I was maybe on the coach at the beginning, he might have yelled at him or might have just said, just toss him, you know. And that way, you know, you got the coaches, the coach got his back. That helps too. So.
Y'all are having, you know, a lot of problems with a particular parent or coach, and they're getting really, you know, feisty. There should be a mentor at your field, and we have your back. Come find us, try and settle the situation. But
It made me in yellow, but.
yeah, it's not, you guys aren't expected to take that kind of abuse. I mean, it's not bad. Like, you hear people saying stuff like that, but it's not like every single game you're going to get yelled at with anyone. It's not like that. But,
Don't feel scared to
Yeah.
drop off, Sarah.
I'm sorry.
If you don't hear anything, you did a great job.
I look for compliments.
You get a lot of games where you don't hear anything. You're like, yeah.
I have an observation from this weekend. Since we've been short referees, we've had to be running with a lot of club linesmen. And we all know what a club linesman is. It's a parent, volunteers. Okay. We kind of made the mistake of letting a member of the coaching staff of one of the teams volunteer for that club linesman. Okay. First, we thought it wasn't going to be a problem, you know, before the game, but it ended up being a problem because every time the ball came near him, he was trying to coach his team, okay, and he's got a flag in his hand. They can't do that. Your club linesman has to be neutral. You can't be involved with coaching or, I mean, even excessive cheering. Really, you just gotta stand there and raise up a flag because of it. It's okay if they're cheering for the team, but I mean anything excessive. So just be wary of that. Usually, what I do is I go and ask the home team coach. I say, look, we're short a linesman today, and we're going to need a parent to volunteer. Would you help us find somebody that's not, you know, going to be heavily invested in the game to the point where, you know, they're going to want to be interfering like that. One of the, you know, they're not one of the parents who's the hothead, you know, because those coaches know who it is.
They have signs on their foreheads, I'm a hothead parent.
I also had a dad one time that was a lineman that said that's probably the quietest game I've ever done because he was conscious of not saying anything. I said, man, here's your flag. That was fun. That was the quietest I've ever been.
Also, no matter how tempted you are, even if they say they know the rules or they've refereed before, you can't let them call offside. You can't let them call fouls. The guy who's on our game, you know, he's like, oh yes, I'm from England, I know the rules. He was trying to call offside and trying to call fouls during the game, and you know, we just kind of just ignored it.
Don't be bullied.
But just for future reference, just make sure to be clear to them that their only responsibility is just to raise the flag when it goes on the touchline and give a direction.
On behalf of Mr. Kramer, who is not here tonight, thank you very much for stepping up and doing those extra games. It's not like you're not being reimbursed for it or anything like that, so it's not like a gratis situation. But you don't understand how much the really appreciate you for it either. I wish I could talk. Maybe you guys are glad I don't talk. One of the things that I wanted to talk to you guys about was the problem that Linda's having matching pay sheets with names. I would make mention of it, Drew, I promise. Drew Cruz. We had a problem with 3 different names, no, just kidding. If your name is Thomas and you go by Frank, and your independent contractor form is filled out as Howard, there's going to be an issue. Going back to day one, when you filled out the independent contractor agreement online, it says, "Hi, I am who I am, and my last name is who it is." That's what you need to put on your pay sheet. It's like playing concentration. Oh, wrong one. Oh, wrong one. Drew found that out. Rather, $400 worth of painfully. If you don't care, that's fine. My name is spelled Keithborg. You can just contribute to the retirement fund or the Monitor Mentor Party Fund at the end of this year. Just kidding, of course. It's like checking these things out. I know for a fact, so we've got about 30 and about 20. One side or the other, you all are destined to be doctors. There isn't a legible signature between you guys. A coach cannot say, "Hey, I had a doctor do my game today and she did a wonderful job." They can't give you the credit that you should have for doing those stellar jobs, but they sure can find out afterwards if you do a poor job. Some of you are masquerading as doing a good job, and I won't go into that anymore either. It's not necessary. But having enough integrity to put your name on there, printed and signed, goes a long way. If you're not proud of the job that you do, just, again, put my name on there and somehow the money will flow into my account. Please be diligent about your paperwork, this one as well as your pay sheet. If it takes her more than 5 minutes to match your pay sheet with who you are, and there's 35 in front of you, you will suddenly become 36. She'll be working on number 2. It's like I tell you about the DMV, but you'll find out about that later on in life. It's fun, isn't it, right? I noticed that.